Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
What? Alright, hello. Alright. Oh, dude, if we had a stream deck, we get one of the big ones that has all the buttons we do here.
YouTube. Just do Coastal Alabama baseball on YouTube.
Only thing is, you're walking.
That way around here.
I swear to God, that one we ain't making content yet. I'm just gonna play Party in the USA. Who was that?
I was talking about I'm gonna wait till the after. Now. Please rise to the national anthem. Hear myself. Everyone rose.
I gotta announce it, right? Yeah. You know, from the mountain.
All right, that's it. And our first inning highlights presented by Fusac, who's the official sponsor of Coastal Alabama Athletics. As the Sun Chiefs face off against the Volunteers here today on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon here at Stanley James Field on Dallas Region, the voice of Coastal Alabama baseball. Tonight's contest and pitching for today's game, making his season debut, is going to be number 12, Braxton Bell, making his first career start. Behind the dish is going to be number 8, Luke Swan. At first base is going to be Jacob Norris. Cody Ferguson, number 31, will be at second base. Robert Trevino will be at shortstop once again. Hunter Odom will take a spot over at third base. And in the outfield, Jaden Jordan, number 45. At center field, Landon Moore, number 26, will be in right field for today's game. So we're about to get this game underway. Let's take a look at the starting batting order for the Volunteers here today. And leading off will be Grant Trickle, number 1. He is the opposite center field for today's game, as he will lead off for the Volunteers here today. He'll be followed behind by Tyler Heckert, number 6. Where's the first pitch? First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Drew Winters will be in the third spot. In the cleanup spot will be Cole Chrisman, number 28, followed by Anthony Heron in the designated hitter spot. That is fouled off. It will be an even 1-ball-1-strike count to Trinkle. Mintles will be behind Heron, followed by Woods, Jason Hodges, and Cam Mcmillan. As the Volunteers played earlier today against Coastal Alabama East. That pitch is outside as well. It's going to be a 2-1 count to begin this at bat. Braxton Bell and the Sun Chiefs trying to get to a good start to begin today's game. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike. As Volunteers try and get their first base runner of the afternoon. Braxton Bell delivers his 3-1 pitch. And that'll be fouled off to make it a full count to Trinkle. 3-2 count to begin this at bat. Braxton Bell already getting his pitch count up early in this inning. See if he can find a way to get Trinkle out and retire the next 2 batters fairly quickly. Trinkle rates a 3-2 pitch. It's a ground ball down the left field line. This is going to be a fair ball as Hunter Odom unable to make the play and sliding in the second is Trinkle and go 4, or a leadoff double, I should say, for the Volunteers. So this will be number 6, Tyler Heckert, with a runner on second, no outs. He swings on the first pitch, got a piece of it, and count will be an 0-1 count. Heckert will be playing at second base today for the Volunteers, as Volunteers are in their blue uniforms, while the Sun Chiefs are in their pinstripe uniform on second, which is Trinkle with a leadoff double. And that will catch him for a strike. 0-2 as Braxton Bell is up early in the count, 0-2. This game was supposed to be scheduled around 1 o'clock this afternoon, but since the Coastal Alabama East game versus the Volunteers ended up lasting more than predicted. Ground ball gets away from Robert Trevino, and the Volunteers strike first with an RBI single, and they will not get a play at second as sliding in as Tyler Heckert. Volunteers take a 1-0 lead here to begin today's game. Pinch runner will come in for the Volunteers as Drew Winters will come up. We're runner on second, still no outs here. This is the third batter face Braxton Bell has faced. 2 ground balls to Hunter Odom and Robert Turbino, unable to be by Braxton Bell, as he is the seventh different pitcher Coastal Alabama has used in this season, with a 4-4 record to begin the season for the Sun Chiefs. 0-1 pitch. Chopper down the left field line, but this will go left of the third base bag. 0-2 count, as Braxton Bell for the second straight at bat will lead off with an 0-2 count to begin it. Cole Chrisman is on deck for the Volunteers, as they made the trip all the way from Cartersville, Illinois, with a doubleheader against both Coastal Alabama teams. Swing and a miss, and Braxton Bell is able to get his first ring up in the top of the first inning. And it'll be Cole Chrisman up next to bat. Runner on second, still 1 out here. In the top of the first inning, Volunteers up 1-0. Chrisman swings and misses on the pitch downstairs. It'll be the opposite catcher for Volunteers today. This is John A. Logan, Community College, facing off against the Sun Chiefs here today. Anthony Heron, the designated hitter, number 19, is on deck. Pitch outside for ball 1. Braxton Bell is looking for his third straight at bat with an 0-2 count to begin. We'll battle here with a 1-1 count. Howard Hector, number 6, is on at second. Bell with a nice pitch and a swing and a miss from Chrisman. It's a 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braxton Bell looking for his second strikeout of the inning. We'll talk about the stat leaders for Coastal Alabama later in the broadcast. That pitch is outside, gets away from Luke Swan. Hector will advance to third off the wild pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 90 feet away is the Volunteers' second run of the game. Braxton Bell trying to begin an early 2-0 lead. 2-2 is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball, chopper right to Odom. Dieball's playing at home, but he's able to get the out at first base, and it is 2-0 Volunteers early. That will be an RBI ground out for Chrisman. So 2-0 lead. Hector comes in to score for the ball. Number 19, Anthony Heron. With the bases empty, 2 outs, 2-0 lead here for the Volunteers. The offense begins to show for the Volunteers here today. First pitch upstairs by Braxton Bell. As Hunter Odom was able to redeem himself at third base after the first ball hit to him. It went over his glove down the left field line. That will be fouled. 1 ball, 1 strike to Anthony Heron. Number 46, Michaels, is on deck. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed right there from Heron. 1-2 retired to side. Keep it at 2-0 lead for J.A. Logan. Time has been called by Heron. Trying to retire to side. Foul ball down the left field line. Remains 1-2. This will be the first of 5 home games in this homestand for Coastal Alabama in the next couple of days. That pitch was way upstairs to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to a Heron. One hit and 1 error in the game so far today. Braxton Bell's 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again from Heron, and yet that will continue. As the seventh pitch of this at bat is upcoming to Heron. See Landon Moore, Hunter Odom, and Preston Wetchell to lead off for the Sun Sheets in the bottom of the first, trying to come back. Pitch was downstairs. Good take right there from Heron. It'll be a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Only 2 base runners for Volunteers so far in the top of the first inning. The 3-2 pitch. It's downstairs. That will be base runner number 3 for the Volunteers. First walk of Brett Bell's. So Michels will come up with a runner on first. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Bell delivers. First pitch in for a strike. Counts to start out 0-1. This is the 6th batter faced by Braxton Bell in this inning. 1 strikeout and 1 walk, which was just given up to Anthony Heron. He's currently on first. Braxton Bell delivers his 0-1 pitch. Smashed down the left field line. Down the left field line. Played by Jaden Jordan. And it will be the second double of the inning. Runners on third and second with 2 outs. That will be the second double of the inning for the Volunteers. There are only 2 hits of this inning, but a couple of mistakes by the infielders for Coastal Alabama has them in a 2-0 hole. This is Woods, number 33. This pitch outside for ball 1. Runners on third set. Heron is on third. Michels is on at second for the Volunteers. Bell's 1-0 pitch connects in for a strike to even up the count at 1. 27, Jason Hodges is on deck for John A. Logan Community College. Base hit right here could open up the game extremely early. Swing and a miss. Woods unable to connect in today's game. 1-2, 1 balls and 2 strikes. And goes downstairs, and no budge right there from Woods. The at bat will continue, even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good block right there from Luke Swan, number 8. Couple of plays down at third base for Hunter Odom. He's only Braxton Bell's 2-2 pitch. That stays upstairs. It'll be a full count. First base is open, but the bases could be loaded. Will be loaded with a walk right here. It's the opportunity for Jason Hodges as he awaits his turn. Pitch is outside. Heron is running toward third. He will score. And runners on the corners with 2 outs from it. 2 outs. It's a 3-0 lead here. It looks like Braxton Bell is going to have an early pitcher meeting at the mound. As the infield will come in, we'll take a quick break here on the broadcast here on YouTube Live. So after the quick meeting at the mound, runners on the corners for 2 outs, 3-0 lead here. Heron coming in to score from third. Woods is now on first after being walked. 2 walks already in this inning for the Volunteers. It's going to be Jason Hodges, the 8th man in the batting order. Smashes one down the left field line. That almost went into the dugout for the Sun Chiefs. Count begins 0-1. Cam Mcmillan is on deck, number 17, and he is the final man in the batting order for the Volunteers. 0-1 count. Check down at first. See if Woods is going to take off for second to get in scoring position. With a base hit, I'll drive in another 2 runs. Currently 3-0. And that pitch drops downstairs. Even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch to me downstairs, 2-1. Good blocking. Good blocks by Blue Swan, but a couple of runs are coming to score off of wild pitches here in this inning. Bill delivers his 2-1 pitch upstairs for ball 3. 3-0 lead here. Not to start, the Sun Chiefs were hoping to begin this game against a very talented Volunteers lineup. That is going to be in for a strike. It's unable to connect. But it's going to be even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 is actually going to make the count. Full count. Braxton Bell trying to end this inning with the Volunteers only up by 3. Second base is open. The 3-2 pitch. Runners go. Pitches outside. And the bases are loaded. So Cam Mcmillan, who holds the number 9 spot in the batting order, did not expect to come into the game as early as expected, but he'll bat with the bases loaded. A 3-0 lead here for the Volunteers. Pitch connects in for a strike. Cam McMillan playing at shortstop for today's game. Cloudy, cold game here at Stanley James Field. This is going to be a fly ball to deep left center field, and that will be a grand slam, and the Volunteers have taken a 7-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. A bases clearing home run. 7-0 Volunteers. Cam McMillan and the entire batting order for the Volunteers has had at least one at bat here in the first inning. 7-0. Braxton Bell will remain in the game, but it'll be Grant Trinkle who got the run started for the Volunteers. And as the 3rd home run the Sun Chiefs have allowed this year, 3rd different pitcher allowing a home run. First pitch swung on and missed. Counts to start out 0-1, but that went into deep left center field. No play right there by Landon Moore. Right into the woods, make it 7-0. Cam McMillan. This is going to be a fly ball into left field. Misplayed a little bit by Jaden Jordan, and it is going on over the wall and into left field by Grant Trinkle. It is 8-0 Volunteers. Back-to-back home runs allowed by Braxton Bell. And a 2-for-2 game for Grant Trinkle. Now I'll bring out Tyler Hecker. who had an RBI single on his first at bat earlier in this inning. 8-0. In a matter of 3 pitches, 5 runs coming to score as that first pitch will connect in for a strike in the bottom right-hand corner. Grant Trinkle with a sole shot home run to left field, and then ball smashed down the left field line. Before that, Cam Mcmillan, number 17, 9th spot in the batting order with a grand slam, 4 RBIs, and so deep left center field. 0-2 count, Tyler Hickert for the Volunteers. Still 2 outs. And the pitch is going to be downstairs. The last out recorded by Braxton Bell was Hunter Odom with a ground out throw to first base, which did then cause a run to come in 2-0. This is going to be a fly ball into deep left center field. And this one will be at least a double. It'll be a triple for the Volunteers. Tyler Hecker keeps the run alive for the Volunteers. And I'll bring up Drew Winters with a runner in scoring position. That is the 3rd straight extra base hit allowed by Braxton Bell. Except this one was not able to get out of the ballpark for a 3rd straight home run allowed. It looks like we need a pitching change here in the first inning. 8-0 Volunteers. With 2 home runs and a triple, 2 doubles, 1 single, 3 walks, 8 runs that come in the score. And that will end the day for Braxton Bell's Sun Chiefs debut. We'll see how we finish out this inning by runner on 3rd. We'll take a quick break. Who's 28? And we're back here in the top of the first inning with Drew Winter on 3rd. 8-0 lead here for the Volunteers. We have a pitch and change It'll be number 28, Noah Lafferty, to come in to relieve Braxton Bell, who's able to get 2 outs here in this inning, but allow 8 runs. Lafferty's first pitch will be outside for ball 1. So Sun Chiefs trying to prevent the Volunteers from getting more runs right here. And they're going to have to find a way for the next couple innings. Swing and a miss, counts to be even at 1-1 strike. Cole Chrisman is on deck. Drew Winters was one of 2 batters in this inning so far that has been retired. He was struck out by Braxton Bell. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Counts going to be 1-2, and he is in threat right here to possibly add another run for the Volunteers, or possibly strike out for the second straight time in this inning. Noah Lafferty right there. His pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First base is open. Tyler Heckert was able to get the Volunteers' first triple of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings and a miss. And the play at first is in time. 2 strikeouts. One by Noah Lafferty and one by Braxton Bell, but the damage has been done here in the top of the first inning. 8-0 Volunteers off of 2 home runs. And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning. 8-0 lead here for the Volunteers. Leading off as we take a look at our starting batting order for the Sun Chiefs here today. Leading off will be number 26, Preston Wetchell, Trent Brandon, Jacob Norris, Jaden Jordan, Robert Trevino, Luke Swan, and finally Cody Ferguson to round out the batting order. First pitch goes downstairs. Sun Chiefs are going to have to find a way to generate some offense after giving up 8 runs in the top of the first inning. That pitch will go upstairs. The opposite pitcher for today's game is going to be number 10, Tommy Hellinger. We'll foul this one out. Will it stay in play? It does. For out number 1, and Landon Moore is going to be retired after a swing on the third pitch of the at-bat. down the right field line in foul territory. Making that catch is Sam Mickles playing at first base. This will be Hunter Odom up next to bat. 333 batting average, 1 RBI in the first 8 games of the season. He will take the first pitch downstairs for ball 1. We'll take a look at who's out in the field for the Volunteers. The 1-0 pitch by Hellender is going to be upstairs. Second straight at bat, where he'll start the at bat with a 2-0 count. Preston Wetchell is on deck. 1-1 pitch. That's 3-0 pitch. 3-0. Counts 100 Odom. That will connect in for a strike. Hellender is able to connect. 3-1 is going to be the count. Chrisman is going to be behind the dish for the Volunteers. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Odom. Full count. At first base, it'll be number 46, Sam Mickles. Tyler Heiger will be at second base. Cam Mcmillan will be at shortstop. Tommy Woods will be at third base. That pitch is downstairs. Hunter Odom will give the Sun Chiefs their first base runner of the afternoon. Preston Wetchell will run on first. And in the outfield, Drew Winters will be in left. Center field will be Grant Trinkle, number 1. And then right field will be Jason Hodges in the start over in right field. Preston Wetchell, one of the highest batting averages in the lineup for today's game. He'll take the first pitch inside for ball 1. 385 batting average, and he's batting 3 runs so far in this young season. We'll take a look at how the Sun Chiefs have fared at home and also on the road and also in some neutral site games as well. That will be fouled off from Wetchell. Trent Brennan, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot, is on deck. Hunter Odom on at first. Odom has 2 players on the roster. Only 1 is playing today with a home run. This is going to be downstairs for a 2-1 count. Good block right there from Cole Chrisman, number 28. Ellender is making his second start of the season. I believe he played in the first game of the season against Morton College. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be play at first, double play no, as Odom's able to slide in at second to continue the inning. But it'll be a force out at first, ground out play by Sam McMichaels. Trent Brennan up next to bat, as he's had a tough start to the year with only 7 at bats with a 143 batting average and 1 RBI. He put a dent pitch for him. Hunter Odom is on at second. Sun Chiefs down 8-0 early in today's contest. Norris is on deck for the Sun Chiefs. Brandon looking for his second RBI of the season. Get 8-1 game. Pitch is going to be downstairs. Chrisman lost sight of it. Odom will just walk back to second base. A 1-1 count. Sun Chiefs were held scoreless in their final game of the doubleheader in Panama City, a 2-0 loss. Trying to score their first run since the first game of that doubleheader in Panama City. That will connect in for the bottom right-hand corner of the strike zone. 1-2 is the count. Hellender looking for his first ring-up of the game. 2 strikeouts in the top of the first inning for the Sun Chiefs. Game started at 2:45, it's currently 3:17. The majority of this game has been in the top of the first inning. 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a ground ball played by Mcmillan. Has trouble with it. He'll play at first. Runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. So this will bring up Jacob Norris, and this is a out-of-conference game against John A. Logan today. So this game will not help the Sun Sheets overall, but this will not impact them heading into a possible playoff run. Runners on the corners. This is going to be fouled off. Norris took it off of his foot. That's with a 250 batting average, 2 RBIs on the season. You can get his 3rd RBI of the season right here with a base hit. Jaden Jordan is on deck for the Sun Chiefs. Hunter Odom is on 3rd, and on first base is Trent Brandon, who's able to be on first off an error by the shortstop Mcmillan. 0-1 pitch. This one will be fouled off, and this will go out of play. Norris is in the hole, playing at first base here today. Any runs here in this first inning will help the Sun Chiefs. This is a 9-inning game played today. 0-2 pitch downstairs, stealing for second. Brandon is out at second, and the inning will come to an end, leaving one base runner on at third. We'll head to the second inning. 8-0 Volunteers. Yeah. And welcome back to the second inning as the Sun Chiefs are down 8-0. We got Cole Chrisman in the cleanup spot in the batting order to lead off here in the second inning as the Volunteers try to extend their lead. Noah Lafferty is back in the pitcher's position, fouled off to the right side and out of play. Chrisman. So let's take a look at how the Sun Chiefs have fared so far. They've played 8 games so far. They have a 4-4 record, 2-2 at home, as Noah Lafferty is able to make an 0-2 count as Chrisman is quickly in the hole 0-2. They are undefeated on the road so far, but 0-2 in neutral site games to begin the 2021 season. Swing and a miss, and Noah Lafferty gets his 2nd strikeout of the game. And a good start here in the second inning. Cole Chrisman is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts by Noah Lafferty, number 19, with the base empty with 1 out. And so far, the Sun Chiefs have scored 34 runs in the first 8 games of the season. They've had some big wins so far against Central Alabama. And they have a 214 batting average to begin the season, a 342 on-base percentage, 281 slugging. 2 home runs on the year for their ball club, Lucas Alday and Robert Trevino, both with a home run apiece. Like I said, they've had started the season out against Central Alabama Community College, was able to split that two wins against Nunez in their trip to Louisiana earlier this week. And they lost both games in Panama City to Northwest Florida. 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss is Heron unable to connect. It'll be 1-2. So an even 500 record for the Sun Chiefs, but unless they're able to generate some offense in the bottom half of the inning and moving forward, just foul tip. 0-2 is going to be the count. 1 out. Nichols is on deck for the Volunteers. Lafferty will get his second straight ring up in the inning as he's able to retire Heron. 2 down here in the top of the second inning. He was able to catch Heron. Will come up the bat after having a double on his first at bat of the game off Braxton Bell. Noah Lafferty, his first 3 batters faced, he has 3 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Nichols unable to connect. Count starts out 0-1, but an excellent start to this inning for Noah Lafferty to try to give the Sun Chiefs any hope of climbing their way back into this game down 8-0. 1 pitch, another swing and a miss. Lafferty is looking for the hat trick right here and to retire the side without giving up a single base runner after the entire batting order batted for the Volunteers in the top of the first inning. 0-2 pitch by Lafferty is going to be upstairs, but luckily no one was on base. It's going to be a 1-2 count as it gets past Luke Swan. Woods, number 33, is on deck for the Volunteers. Sun Chiefs will have Jacob Norris, Jen Jordan in the bottom half of the inning. 1-2 pitch is in for a stride. Noah Lafferty completes a hat trick off the Volunteers. First 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts. And the Sun Chiefs will have their work cut out down 8-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Norris. And we're back here in the bottom of the second inning. Jacob Norris will lead off as the Sun Chiefs try to find some offense in the shutout for the past 8 innings. Ellinger's first pitch downstairs was swung on and missed right there from Norris. It's 2 RBIs on year with 250 batting average. He's unable to have a crack at Helander after that stolen base fail by Trent Brennan as he was trying to get the second off of the wild pitch. And Jaden Norris is quickly in the hole 0-2. Jaden Jordan is on deck. 0-2 is the count. Helander as a bat will continue. Fourth pitch of this at bat upcoming after fouled off from Jacob Norris. Jaden Jordan is on deck. Some Chiefs can find a way to get some base runners early in this inning. They can find a way to chip away at this lead. Third inning, we'll talk about the lead or the team leaders and stats for batting and pitching coming up in the third inning. 0-2 pitch. This is going to be hit into left field, and this one will be right into left field. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. So that will bring up Jaden Jordan with the bases empty with one out. He searches for his first home run of the season. First pitch will be downstairs for ball one. 231 batting average in the first 8 games of the season, and he has 2 RBIs to count for. He will foul this one right into the parking lot. It'll be a 1-1 count, 1 ball, 1 strike, playing in left field today. Robert Trevino will be on deck. Helander's pitch is inside for ball 2, so we have 2 balls and 1 strike count. No hits so far for the Sun Chiefs. And this will be fouled off to the right side out play. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Helander looks for his first strikeout of the game. And that will go downstairs for a full count. Jaden Jordan wearing number 45 for the Sun Chiefs. Still remains a 3-2 count. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Helander delivers, swung on and missed for out number 2. So that will bring up Robert Trevino up next to bat. 364 batting average, 1 home run, and 2 RBIs. Only he and Lucas Alday with a home run. First pitch delivered by Helander connects for a strike. Count starts out 0-1. As he searches for the Sun Chiefs' first hit of the afternoon, and that pitch will go downstairs for an even 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. This will be hit into the gap into left center field. That will drop in for the first base hit of the game as Robert Trevino singles with 2 outs as the Sun Chiefs look to have a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the second inning. So that'll bring up number 8, Luke Swan, with a runner on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. At catcher. First pitch delivered by Helander is going to be in for a strike, as that was the first hit allowed, but that was not the first base runner for the Sun Chiefs. They had 2 base runners in the bottom of the first inning. 0-1 pitch. That will drop downstairs for an even 1 ball, 1 strike. Cody Ferguson, final man in the batting order, is on deck. Helander keeping a close eye, runner at first. This is going to be a ground ball chopper. Helander tried to play barehanded. The play at first is in time. Sun Chiefs get their first hit of the afternoon, but it still remains 8-0 as we head to the third inning. Volunteers up front.
Yeah.
And we're back here for the third inning, and 8-0 lead here for number 33 Woods to lead off. As the third straight inning in a row, we'll see a different pitcher on the mound for the Sun Chiefs. That will be fouled off. It will be Will Baker, as he will get the start on the mound. Here in the third inning, Noah Lafferty had 3 strikeouts in the top of the second inning. Pitch will go downstairs. They'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike apiece. As that pitch will go downstairs, going to be a 2-1 count as it gets past Luke Swan. Woods playing at third base today for the Volunteers as Will Baker trying to get his first strikeout. As Braxton Bell and Noah Lafferty have combined for 5 strikeouts, I should say. Foul ball. 2-2 counts. After this about, let's take a look at the team leaders for the Sun Chiefs in the first 8 games of the season. 2-2 is the count. Jason Hodges is on deck for the Volunteers. Baker's 2-2 pitch will drop downstairs to make it a full count. Woods and Hodges were both walked on their first at-bats, and both came in the score off the grand slam from Cam Mcmillan from Baker. Swung on and missed, and another strikeout for another pitcher for the Sun Chiefs. That is going to be 5th straight strikeout for the Sun Chiefs on the last 5 batters faced after giving up 8 runs in the first 9 batters faced. So that'll bring up Jason Hodges. Let's take a look at the team leaders for the Sun Chiefs in batting. As Landon Moore leads the way with the most hits on the team with 6. Most home runs, it's tied with Robert Trevino and Lucas Alday. As Trevino and RBIs, Lucas Alday, who is not playing in today's game, has 4 RBIs. Yeah. It's going to be a 1-0 count, or it's going to be a 1-1 count to Jason Hodges, who was also walked on his first at-bat. Couple of lineup changes. Lucas Alday is now over at third in place of Hunter Odom. This is going to be skied a mile in the air in foul territory. Lucas Alday for out number 2. Now in the streak at 5 straight batters struck out for the Volunteers. 2 down as the pitchers after Braxton Bell able to get the job done. That will be the 2nd flyout of the game in foul territory, 1 for each team. So this will be Cam Mcmillan as he'll face off against Will Baker, and he had a grand slam into left center field to make it a 7-0 lead for the Volunteers, and that's probably the biggest hit of his Volunteers career so far. 1 of 2 home runs in this game. And the pitch swung on and missed. Even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So Lucas Alday now playing in today's game. He has 4 RBIs on the year, and Cam Mcmillan on 1 swing of the bat has already tied it. 1-1 pitch slides in for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Will Baker trying to hold the Volunteers not only scoreless in this inning, but also hitless for the 2nd straight inning in a row. And the 1-2 pitch from Baker downstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grant Twinkle is on deck for the Volunteers. as he possibly will get his third at bat of the game. We're not even through 2.5 complete innings. Will Baker trying to finish off the side, and it will go downstairs to make it a full count. So the second batter, Will Baker has faced, where it's gone to a full count. 2 pitch. Will Baker's full count pitch will be fouled off, and this one will go straight out of play. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat to Mcmillan. His bullpen, I believe, is active right now for the Sun Chiefs. So they'll have their 4th pitcher enter the game. 2-2 pitch. Or 3-2 pitch. Goes out to give up his first base runner here today. As McMillan is able to reach first with 2 outs. That'll bring up Grant Trinkle. A 2-for-2 game as he looks to go perfect. 3-for-3 to begin the game. This will be his 3rd at-bat of the game. His first 2 at-bats came in the first inning with a leadoff double, which he came in the score off an RBI single by Tyler Hedger. And then a solo shot home run into left field to make it 8-0. This goes inside for ball 1. And after the Grant Twinkle home run, the previous base runner was Cam McMillan, who just got on off a walk. Other than that, 5 strikeouts and 1 fly-out catch in foul territory. Swing and a miss. Twinkle went fishing for that one. Even at 1 ball, 1 strike, Tyler Heckard is on deck, who hit a triple on his last at bat. Baker's 1-1 pitch gets away from Swan, and he will not have a play at second as McMillan advances to second off the wild pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trinkle looks to get his 3rd hit of the afternoon. It will be his 2nd hit against an opposite pitcher. Time has been called as Luke Swan will to have a quick meeting with Baker. Runner on second in scoring position, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. 8-0 Volunteers. All 8 of their runs have come in the top of the 1st inning. While the Sun Chiefs have only generated 1 hit so far in today's contest. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and miss again from Twinkle. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes apiece. Six strikeouts so far, combined by 3 pitchers for Coastal. Baker's 2-2 pitch. It's going to be fouled off, and the at-bat will continue. Range 2-2. Tyler Eckert is on deck. Volunteers trying to continue to put final touches on their lead, which is already up 8-0. 2-2 pitch, way outside by Baker. It'll be a 3-2 count. 2nd straight at bat, which goes to a full count. 3rd in the inning. Lineup changes in this inning. Also, 3 pitchers inserted into the game, and a 4th is probably coming in sooner than later. McMillan's on second. The 3-2 pitch is going to be fouled off again by Grant, as he's the leadoff man in the batting order for the Volunteers. Couple of bats so far. 3-2 count. Runner on second. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Trying to keep that 8-0 lead. Will Baker delivers. And the pitch will go upstairs. Second walk of the inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. So Tower Eckert also is 2 for 2 in this game. And Norris, which brought in Drink Twinkle in the first inning and had a triple into left field right off the wall. He was able to stay at third as no Lafferty was inserted into the game to keep it 8-0. Baker's pitch is outside. Now starts out 1-0. Eckert trying to become the first Volunteer today with 3 hits. Mcmillan is on second. Twinkle is on at first. Baker trying to end this inning. That pitch connects in for a strike. Started the inning out with a strikeout to Woods, followed by a flyout into foul territory caught by Lucas Allday against Jason Hodges. And then back-to-back walks by Cam Mcmillan and Grant Twinkle. Runners on first and second. Swing and a miss. Eckert went upstairs. It's going to be a 1-2 count. As Winters is on deck and struck out twice so far. And the 1-2 pitch from Baker. Swing and a miss. And that will do it. The 7th strikeout recorded by the Sunsheets pitchers keeps that 8-0 lead here as we head to the bottom of the third inning here at Stanley James Field.
I mean, it's all gonna be on that.
And we're back here for the bottom of the third inning. As the Sun Sheets down 8-0. Hollander is back in the pitcher's position, and to lead off, it's going to be number 31, Cody Ferguson, as this will be his first at bat of the afternoon. He fouls off the first pitch. And Cody Ferguson has a 200 batting average and 2 RBIs on the season. Landon Moore is on deck. Islanders 0-1 pitch. It's going to be way out strike. Let's take a look at the pitching team leaders for the Sun Chiefs this year. Leading the way with the most strikeouts is Dalton Nuschwander, who has 11 in 2 games played this year. And so far, Sun Chiefs, including today's and so far today's game, they have 57 total strikeouts on the year. And Nuschwander, Boykin, Hayden Parker, and Landon Singley all have 1 win on the year. And combined ERA before coming into today's game was a 2.77 ERA. Since they will get a piece of that one. Also want to recognize that Landon Singley was the ACCC pitcher of the week the previous week. To pitch, that is going to be in for a strike. It looks like Cody Ferguson did not hold up, and that'll be the first strikeout of the inning, second of the game. And that'll bring up Landon Moore, who flew out into foul territory on his first at-bat of the game, down the right field line, caught by Jacob. This first pitch will go downstairs for a ball. Landon Moore with .316 batting average, 6 hits on the year. He has the most hits on the team, and he takes a hit off the arm, and he is going to take first base. So that'll bring up Lucas Allday coming in to relieve Hunter Odom. Walked on his first at bat. So Lucas Allday with 4 RBIs on the year, which leads the team. After Landon Moore is on first with 1 out, fouls off the first pitch. Landon Moore also has 3 RBIs on the year. Just 1 behind Lucas Allday. Preston Wetchell is on deck for the Sun Chiefs. Allday searches to put the Sun Chiefs on the board for the first time. This pitch downstairs as Ellinger is in for the 3rd straight inning in a row for the Volunteers. This 1-1 pitch to Allday is going to be inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ellinger with a 2-1 count as Lucas Allday trying to find a way. Only 1 hit so far for the Sun Chiefs. And Allday gets hit, and the 2nd straight batter is hit by a pitch from Hellinger. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Right now, the Sun Chiefs will take any base runners they can anyway. So Preston Wetchell comes up with 3 RBIs and a .385 batting average. You ground out to the 3rd baseman, or down to McKills on his first at bat. Got runners on first and second. First pitch is going to go upstairs. Landon Moore is on at second. Lucas Allday is on at first. Both of them have been hit by a pitch. Those are the first 2 batters hit by a pitch in this game by either ball club. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball into right field. And coming in home is a mishap by the catcher Grissom, and it is 8-1 as the Sun Chiefs finally find a way to get on the scoreboard. That will be an RBI single by Preston Wetchell, his 4th of the season. 8-1 Volunteers. So that'll bring up Trent Brown. Runner still on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning as the Sun Chiefs find a way to get their first run of the afternoon. Runners continue to be on first and second Brandon was able to get on first base safely on his first at-bat back in the first inning, off an error by the shortstop Mcmillan. Lucas Alday is on at second. Preston Wetchell, after his RBI single, was over at first base. Alday is stealing. This is going to be a double steal. And they're able to get the play over at third. Preston Wetchell does advance to second on a stolen base, but that will be the second out recorded here. So Brandon will bat with first base open and a runner on second. 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jacob Norris is on deck for the Sun Chiefs. 8-1 with Preston Wetchell's RBI single, which is downstairs. So a 2-1 count. As the Sun Chiefs scored their first run since the first game of the doubleheader in Panama City. As they played Saturday, it's going to be a 2-1 count. Upstairs for a 3-1 count. And Preston Wetchell's RBI, not only was that the first run scored in this game, but that is the second hit allowed by Hellender here in today's game. Comes in the bottom of the third inning. 3-1 pitch. This is going to be a little flare into right field, and that will be caught by Mick Mickles. Preston Wetchell, with his 4th RBI of the season, cuts the lead to 7. Volunteers in the lead, 8-1. We'll be right back for the 4th inning. And welcome back to the 4th inning here at Stanley James Field. As the 4th different pitcher has been inserted into today's game, it will be Jackson Meadows coming in to relieve Will Baker. There's going to be a chopper down the left field line. Lucas Alday, nice play, nice throw. Off the bat is the first baseman, Jacob Norris, and that will be for Winters. That will be his first hit of the afternoon. It's a down the left field line. Good play right there from Lucas Alday. This throw was able to get Jacob Norris off the bat. This will be Cole Chrisman. Runner on first, no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. As Meadows pitches downstairs. Good blocker there from Luke Swan. Chrisman is 1 for 2 in today's game with an RBI single, was struck out on his last plate appearance against Noah Lafferty. Sun Sheets have 7 strikeouts in today's game combined. Stealing for second. Throw is going to be off course. Luke Swan unable to connect, and that will be a stolen base for Drew Winters, his first of the game, and he will advance into scoring position at second. It's going to be a 2-0 count. Cole Chrisman has a chance to get his second RBI of the game with a runner on second. Anthony Herron is on deck for the Volunteers. Meadows taking a close look at second. Stealing again is Winters, and he is safe. Gets away from Lucas all day, and the 9th run of the game will come in the score. Drew Winters 9-1. As the Volunteers respond right back after giving up a run in the 3rd inning. Two stolen bases, and Swan to Lucas all day. It's a 9-1 game, and I believe it's a 3-0 count. And it will be 3-0 now, I believe. So if you have not followed Coastal Alabama on Instagram, there's a trivia question on as one of our stories. And the trivia question is, how many doubles do the Sun Sheets have hit so far this year? Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, D, 7? How many doubles have the Sun Sheets in complete games? So we have 3-1 counts. Still the Cole Chrisman. This is going to be hit into the gap into right center field, and that will drop in for a base hit for Chrisman, and that will be his first double of the game. 4th double generated by the Volunteers here today. Back-to-back hit. Back-to-back hits allowed by Jackson Meadows. It'll be Anthony Herron up next to bat for his first base hit of the afternoon as he was walked, came in the score, and was caught looking by Noah Lafferty on his first at-bat of the game. And the first pitch sails over top of Herron. So a single by Winters in his first hit of the game. Chrisman just hit his second hit of the game with a double. It landed right into the gap into right center field. Now Anthony Herron trying to contain the damage. That pitch is in for a strike by Meadows. Nichols is on deck for the Volunteers in a 9-1 ball game. Volunteers have dominated ever since the first inning. And that one will remain 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Herron. Still searching for his first base hit as he is the designated hitter for today's game. 1-2 pitch. Sails over top. It's going to be a 2-2 count to Herron. Multiple hits, extra base hits so far today for the Volunteers. 2 home runs, 1 triple, and 4 doubles, along with a couple singles. And time is going to be called by Herron. Count is 2-2, trying not to fall as a strikeout victim for the second straight at bat. 2-2 pitch from Meadows. It's going to be outside for a full count. as he searches for his first out of the afternoon. We'll be back in action this Friday for a doubleheader against Wallace State Community College. 3-2 pitch from Meadows. It's going to be fouled off. That will continue. Meeting at the mound with Luke Swan and Jackson Meadows. Four pitchers used today for the Sun Chiefs. Start out with Braxton Bell, followed by Noah Lafferty. Will Baker pitched the last inning. And we're going to see Jackson Meadows for this inning already giving up one run. And we talked about how many doubles have Sun Chiefs hit so far this year in the bottom of the fourth inning. 3-2 count. Meadows looking for his first strikeout of the game. It is downstairs, and the third base runner of the inning allowed by Meadows. Heron's able to get on a walk. Nichols is up next to bat. Time is currently 4:06. We start this game at 2:45 due to the Volunteers playing their first of two games here at Bay Minette, Alabama, as they faced off against the Eagles. Meadows' first pitch. Trying to frame it was Luke Swan. It's going to be a 1-0 count to begin this at bat. Chrisman is on at second. Anthony Heron, who was just walked, is on first. Nichols is 1 for 2 as well in this game. With a double in the first inning. It was run out by Noah Lafferty in the second inning. He was also caught looking. Downstairs going to be a 2-0 count. As he searches for his second hit of the game. Almost every single batter in this Volunteers lineup has at least one hit today. Woods and Hodges. And unable to connect. It's going to be a 3-0 count as Meadows is in trouble of loading the bases up in a 9-1 lead here in the top of the fourth inning. 3-0 pitch from Meadows is outside, and the bases are loaded after a 4-pitch at bat. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Number 33 with the bases loaded. Cole Chrisman is on at third. Anthony Heron at second. Mickles, who was just walked after a 4-pitch at bat, is on at first. Woods searches for his first hit of the game as he fouls off the first pitch. He was walked back in the first inning, and he was struck out by Will Baker in the third inning. Now it's a chance with the bases loaded. The last time the Volunteers had the bases loaded, a grand slam is currently waiting in the batter's circle. As that pitch is in for a strike. Count's going to be 0-2 as Jackson Meadows trying to find a way to get out of this inning without giving up having the Volunteers hit the double digits before we hit the bottom of the fourth inning. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 4-1. 1-2 count, I believe, to Woods. Jason Hodges is on deck. Woods looking for his first hit of the game. 1-2 pitch from Meadows. Upstairs, and we have 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Meadows trying to find a way to retire Woods. Base load, a walk will drive in the 10th run of the game. Downstairs, it'll be a full count. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth inning. 9-1 lead for the Volunteers over the Sunshoots here at Stanley James Field, the only time these two teams will face off this year. Local pitch from Meadows. Smashed down into left field. Jaden Jordan makes the catch, I believe, and a sac fly results 10-1. The first out recorded. Jaden Jordan with an outstanding catch into left field. Sac fly by Woods. First RBI of the game. It'll be Jason Hodges up next to bat with runners on second and first, the first out. Finally recorded here in the top of the fourth inning as it was rocketed into left field. So Jason Hodges is one of three batters still looking for their first hit of the game as he was walked on his first plate appearance in the first innings. That pitch is inside for ball one and had a fly out and in foul territory over to the left side. Lucas Alday able to find a way to make the catch. Anthony Herron's on at second. Mickles is on at first. One out here in the top of the fourth inning. After the sac fly generated by Woods, it is now 10-1 Volunteers. This was skied out of play. Got to see him at 1 strike. Cam Mcmillan is currently on deck for the Volunteers. Runners on at first and second. 1 strike. It's going to drop downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Jackson Meadows has given up 2 runs here in this inning after some Chiefs were able to generate a run in the previous inning. 2-1 pitch is going to be downstairs. 3-1. Third base is currently open as the Volunteers are on the verge of having the bases loaded for the third time in this ballgame. First time they had a grand slam, and then the second time they just had a sacrifice fly into left field generated by Woods. And the score was Cole Chrism. Which is downstairs, and the bases will be loaded once again as the third walk of the inning. So coming up is going to be Ken Mcmillan. And this will be the second time today he will have the bases loaded. First time he smacked it all the way into left center field for a grand slam, and that's when the game started to get away from the Sunshoots. I really see a chance where a batter has 2 opportunities with the bases loaded. First pitch by Minute. 2 home runs hit today by the Volunteers. First one came by Mcmillan. The second one came from Brent Schwinkel, who is currently on deck. That's full 0-1 pitch. So rocketed to track and field over to down the left field line. It's going to be an 0-2 count. So McMillan is quickly in the hole. He was walked on his previous at bat, trying to get possibly his 5th or 6th RBI. Is the score. Herron comes in the score off the wild pitch. And it'll be a 1-2 count to McMillan. Looking for his second hit of the ball game. Extra base hits have been a theme for the Volunteers here today, and they had it in the previous game as well against the Eagles. This is smashed comebacker up the middle. 2 runs are coming in the score. It is a 6 RBI game by McMillan. The number 9 spot in the bag order is heating up today. 13-1, a 2 RBI single for McMillan. 4 or 5 runs coming to score here in this game. So that'll bring you up number 11. Volunteers, and Coach Andrew will have a quick meeting with Jackson Meadows. We're a runner on first, still one out here in the top of the fourth. And that will do it for Jackson Meadows here today, as he's only able to generate one run and allow 5 runs. We'll take a quick break. 13-1 Volunteers here in the top of the fourth inning. And we're back here in the top of the fourth inning, as we have a couple of lineup changes for both teams. Number 11, leading off, taking over for Grant Schwinkel, is going to be number 11, Michael Bigrick, as he comes in with a runner on first with 1 out. Coming in to relieve Jackson Meadows, as that pitch is way outside for ball 1. It's going to be Parker Christensen, as he will come in to relieve Jackson Meadows. He's the 5th different pitcher the Sun Sheets have used for today's game. As the Volunteers with a runner on first, Christensen's able to connect for his first strike of the afternoon. And if the lineup stays the same, it'll be Tyler Heckert up next to bat. Count is 1-1. Runs coming in to score for the Volunteers. It's their first 5 runs scored in this game since scoring 8 in the first inning. They scored 2 before getting 2 outs in the first inning, then scored the rest of the 6 runs with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. This is going to be downstairs. So for 2 straight innings in a row, the Sun Chiefs were able to keep Volunteers off the scoreboard. Noah Lafferty with that hat trick with 3 strikeouts. And then Will Baker able to get the job done. Now Jackson Meadows, that'll be a swing and miss. It'll be a full count for Parker Christensen to work with. Number 11, Michael. Our Heckert, like we said, is on deck. Only 3 double plays so far for the Sun Chiefs out in the field. 3-2 pitch Shot down the left field line and foul. It's going to be a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 7th pitch of this at bat to Michael. This is his first at bat of the game. Mcmillan with a 2 RBI single right up the middle. Pitch downstairs, and another walk generated in this inning. Runners on first and second, still with 1 out. Tyler Heckert, if he's able to get Winters is on deck for the Volunteers. Runners on first and second. And for the second time in this game, the Volunteers are about to go through their entire batting order. Complete inning. And Swan is able to keep it a little bit away from him. Runners will stay at first and second. Michael over at first, and Cam Mcmillan is on at second. Heckert is 2 for 2 in the game with an RBI single and a triple, the only triple generated by the Volunteers here today. First and second. Connected in for a strike is Parker Christensen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Drew Winters on deck for the Volunteers, trying to add on to their lead. They've already scored 5 runs. Heckert swings and misses. 1-2. Christensen trying to become the 4th pitcher today for the Sun Chiefs with at least 1 strikeout. The game completely dominated by the Volunteers. Smashed into deep left center field and at the wall. Making the catch is Landon Moore. Ran into his teammate Jaden Jordan. That will keep runners at first and second with 2 outs. Nice catch over there from Landon Moore over into left center field. Tyler Heckert is retired for the first time today. So that will bring up Drew Winters, who started the game out, or started the inning out, I should say, with a single into right field, which he stole for second and third. And the wild throw from Luke Swan at the play at third resulted in him coming in to score the first run since the first inning for the Volunteers. First hit of the game earlier in this inning. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning after Parker Christensen comes into relief. Nice strike right there from Christensen. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Christman is on deck for the Volunteers. Runners at first and second. Michael at first. And Cam Mcmillan still holding on way inside. That's going to be 2-1. See how many more pitchers the Sun Chiefs are able to use in this game, but they will have possibly 6 outs to work with to keep the game alive. There's the 10-run mercy rule after 5 innings. Christensen's 2-1 pitch. Smashed down the left field line. Jaden Jordan's not going to have a single play, as it is a 3-run home run by Drew Winters, his second hit of the inning, the 3rd home run hit of the game for the Volunteers, 16-1. That is the 2nd home run hit into left field, and the domination by the Volunteers continues. This is their second 8-run inning of the game. Up next to bat. Christman with the bases empty. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. He hit a double into right center field over 15 minutes ago here in the top of the fourth inning. And he hits another one into the gap into right center field as he is going to get his second straight double of the inning. The inning just continues for the Volunteers, already up huge, 16-1. 8 runs scored in the first inning, 8 runs scored here in the fourth inning. 3 home runs after that 3-run home run by Drew Winters, who came into this inning hitless, already has generated 3 RBIs and 2 hits. Pinch runner coming in for the Volunteers. Listen to me, Anthony Herron, who was walked on his last at bat, came in to score off a wild pitch earlier in this inning. Parker Christensen taking a close look over at second. As Herron currently in the batter's box for his first base hit of the game. 2 walks and a strikeout. First pitch from Christensen's in for strikes. Still 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Runner on second after the double by Cole Chrisman. Pitch downstairs. Good block right there from Luke Swan. It's a 1-2 count for Aaron. Still searching for his first base hit. One of 3 batters in this bang were still without a hit, but they've all come in to score. This is going to be popped up. Will it stay in play? No, it will not. It'll be a 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Parker Christensen trying to end this 8-run rally by the Volunteers, and it will be outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mitchell's number 46 is on deck, but as the game will progress, we'll see more Volunteers get a chance to play with a 15-run lead. As in for a strike, and Parker Christensen is able to retire the side. The second 8-run inning for the Volunteers. 3rd home run hit of the game as we head to the bottom of the fourth. 16-1 Volunteers. And we're back here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 16-1 lead for the Volunteers. Ellender is probably going to remain in the game as he only has to record 6 more outs unless the Suncheats are able to generate some runs, and that is a high fly ball into left center field, and that drops in for a base hit. Was it Jane Jordan? It was Zach Wilson pinching in for Jacob Norris over at first base, and he is able to record the third hit of the game for the Suncheats with a single into left center field. Jaden Jordan struck out on his first at bat, and he hits a ground ball to the third baseman. They flip over to second for the force out for out number 1. Tommy Woods with the play over to Cam Mcmillan for out number 1. Fielder's choice, Robert Turbino comes up next to bat. We're a runner on first. Turbino looking to go 2 for 2. He hits one into deep left center field, and this one is off the scoreboard. Goodbye, Mr. Wilson, a 2-run home run by Robert Turbino, and it is 16-3, his second home run of the season. And just like that, the Suncheats cut into the lead. They're now down only by 13. In a 2 for 2 game as Robert Turbino rips it home 16-3. And what a big home run. That'll give them some momentum heading into the series against Wallace County. So that'll bring up Luke Swan. And a 2-run home run by Robert Turbino. As him and Preston Wetchell generate the only 3 runs of the game. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll take a look at the trivia question answered. The question was, how many doubles have the Suncheats hit this season? Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, or is it D, 7? And the answer says correct is D, 7. Landon Moore, Zach Wilson, Jaden Jordan, Brendan Sion, TJ Davis all have 1 double on the year, 2 doubles on the season. No doubles have been hit by the Suncheats in this game, but they have given up already 5 to the Volunteers. So 0-2 count to Luke Swan. Ellender winds up and fires a pitch downstairs for ball 1. And that home run by Robert Trevino was the first extra base hit of the game. Ground ball to Mcmillan to play. That'll be an E6. But Luke Swan's able to reach first base for his first play at first. So Cody Ferguson will come up next to bat with a runner on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 16-3. Volunteers still in the lead. Best offensive chance for the Suncheats here today, and they are taking advantage of it right now. Ferguson struck out on his first at bat. He's looking for his 3rd RBI of the season. With Luke Swan on at first. Swing and a miss. Counts going to start out 0-1. 0-1 count here in the bottom of the fourth inning. See if the offense can start coming alive here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is going to be a base hit into right field for Cody Ferguson, his 4th hit of the season. Just like that, the Suncheats with their 3rd hit of the inning. And now bring up Landon Moore as he is about to have his 3rd plate appearance of the game. He was hit by first at bat of the third inning. He has runners on first and second. Cody Ferguson on at first. Luke Swan on at second. A swing and a miss. Landon Moore, 6 hits on the year. He's looking for number 7. Robert Trevino and Preston Wetchell and Lucas Allday are all tied at 4 RBIs on the season for the team lead. Pitches downstairs, gets away. Runners will advance to third and Luke Swan stride for stride as they advance to third and second. 1 out. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Landon Moore trying to produce. He's going to slide in for a strike. Counts from 1-2. Lucas Allday is on deck. A rally coming up here for the Suncheats. 1-2 count. Trying to keep this going. Scoring 2 runs so far and looking for more. This is a foul off from Landon Moore. Second straight inning in a row. Suncheats have generated at least 1 run. Preston Wetchell with an RBI single into right field this inning. And now Robert Trevino with a 2-run home run. Pitch is downstairs. Swan will retreat back to third base. So 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Landon Moore flew out in the foul territory in his first at bat, and then he was hit by a pitch in the third inning. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hellinger delivers. It's going to be softly hit, ground ball. A run will come in the score, and an out will be called at first. 16-4, an RBI ground out by Landon Moore, his 4th of the season, and is now 16-4. 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the 4th. I'll bring up Lucas Allday with Cody Ferguson at third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss as Allday went fishing for that one. So we'll see if Allday and the Suncheats are able to continue to find a way to keep chopping in this game, only down by 12. 1 pitch. Preston Wetchell is on deck for the Suncheats. Momentum swinging the Suncheats' way. They need this momentum heading into the next 4 games of the season. Here, also at home, fly ball down the right field line and called off and caught by Jason Hodges. The best inning of the game for the Suncheats as they convert with 3 runs, a 2-run home run by Robert Trevino, and an RBI single by Landon Moore. We'll be right back. 16-4 is your score. Volunteers in the lead. And we're back here for the 5th inning as the Sun Chiefs will insert another pitcher, and he delivers a strike on the first pitch of this at bat to Mickles. Going to be Sam Shackle, number 34, coming into the pitcher's mound in a 16-4 lead for the Volunteers. Back-to-back strikes thrown. Counts will start out 0-2 to Mickles, who has 1 hit off of 3 plate appearances. Going to be outside, gets away from Luke Swan. Mickles had a double in the first inning, was caught looking by Noah Lafferty in the second inning, and was walked in the past inning. 0-2, 1-2 is the count. As that pitch goes downstairs, 2-2 is going to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shackle delivers his 2-2 pitch. This is going to be hit into left field. Jaden Jordan is there to make the catch for out number 1. Hold on. Carey, with the base is empty with 1 out. And the first pitch will go inside for ball 1. Let's take a look at the ACCC standings in the South. Chattahoochee Valley currently is in first place with a 4-0 record. Orlean B. Wallace is in second. Also have played at least 1 divisional game so far. The Wallace Community College and Dothan is in third place with a 6-4 record. Selma Wallace team is in fourth with a 3-2 record. The Eagles, Coastal Alabama Eagles, they have a 4-4 record, actually a 4-5 record now after losing to the Volunteers, and so will the South after today's conclusion of the game against the Volunteers. But still, a bunch of divisional games still upcoming for the Sun Chiefs, and they'll get their first crack at it against Wallace, as that will be a foul ball to the left side. Michael Carey making his first plate appearance of the afternoon, followed by Jason Hodges, number 27. Going to be another foul ball to the left side. 3-2 is going to be count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As the bullpen is currently being active for both teams in this 12-run game. 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. So another walk in the game. So Jason Hodges will come up. He's still searching for his first base hit of the game. He's been walked twice, and he flew out earlier in the game. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch goes downstairs for ball 1. Now it's currently 1-0. Swing and a miss. Besides the first and the 4th inning for the Sun Chiefs, this game would be currently 4-0, but since Sun Chiefs just laid a deuce set in the first inning and the 4th inning, giving up 8 runs in both innings, the score is currently 16-4. Spat down the left field line, but this will go easily foul. 1-2. Hodges still searching for his first hit of the game after Michael Carey walked. On deck is from number 3, Robbie Toll, as he's also looking for his first plate appearance of the game. Unless a double play occurs, he will get that opportunity against Shackle. This is going to be a ground ball, and this will escape into the outfield for a single. Hodges is able to get his first base hit of the afternoon. Now bring up Robbie Cole with runners on first and second with one out here in the top of the fifth inning. And as long as the Volunteers can continue to lead by 10, this game will end in 5, 16-4, 12-run lead. Damage could be coming right here. Shackle delivers his first pitch of this at bat. Inside for ball one. On deck is going to be number 11, Michael Barrett. It's way outside. So we have 2-0 count. Shackle's going to have a mound visit. As number 11, Mike will get his as he was walked on his first one. We'll see if he gets the opportunity unless a double play, like I said on the previous bat, occurs. It's only happened 4 times this season for the Sun Shoots in the field. 2-0 pitch. Inside for ball 3. So Coach Andrews looking towards the bullpen just in case he needs to add a pitcher for this game. 6 pitchers inserted into today's game, giving up 16 runs. 3-0 pitch. Inside again, and the bases are loaded for a 4th time in today's game. And coming up will be Michael looking for his first base hit. He'll have a chance with the bases loaded with 1 out. A 16-4 lead for Volunteers. Currently 4:48 p.m. here at Stanley James Field, and that hits a batter, and it is now 17-4. Michael will be credited with the RBI, and a run will come in the score. 17-4, Volunteers in the lead here at the top of the 5th inning. Next bat will be Heckner. 2 for 3 today. 1 RBI and a triple. As the bases loaded with 1 out. He hits a ground ball down the left field line, foul. Peyton Henry is on deck for the Volunteers. 1 is the count. This is going to be upstairs for ball 1. Count's going to be even at 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Heckner. Hasn't seen a lot of action at second base today in the field, but he's had a couple of good quality at bats. We will see that ball going for strikeouts. Going to be 1 and 2 in the bottom right-hand corner. Still with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Second straight inning, 1 run has been scored for the Volunteers. 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a fly ball into shallow left center field, and a diving catch, tagging up and scoring is going to be 18-4. And now it'll be a sacrifice. Landon Moore for out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Tyler Heckner with second RBI of the ball game. Drew Winters, or actually number 45, Peyton Henry. His first at bat of the game, with runners on first and second. 18-4. First pitch by Shackles in for a strike. Search out. Shackle with runners on first and second. It's going to be downstairs. Runners will advance to third and second off the wild pitch. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Nathan Henry is the 13th volunteer with his having the opportunity to have a at bat here today. Counts 1 and 2 as Shackle trying to find a way to end this game after giving up 2 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. Count is 2 and 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Peyton Henry. And this will be a base hit into right field, driving in another direction for more, and they get it. 2-run RBI single for Peyton Henry on his first at bat of the game. It is now 20-4 Volunteers in the lead. Softly hit ball into right field. The Volunteers have a 20-4 lead. This will be number 9, AJ Hacker. Also with his first plate appearance of the game. He'll have a runner on first with 2 outs. Shekel. There we go. So that count's going to be 0-1 nonetheless. On deck is going to be number 19, Anthony Herron. Hacker looks for his first base hit of the game. And he hits a foul ball to the left side. Count's going to be 0-2. 12 runs have been scored in the last 1 2/3 of an inning for the as they respond after giving up 3 runs to the Sun Chiefs. It's going to be a high hopper, and that is going to result in a wild pitch, and Henry will advance to second. Count's going to be 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes is the count. Smashed down into left field. Another hit for the ball. Another run is going to come in the score. An RBI single by AJ Hacker, 21-4. As the damage continues to fold, 5 runs scored here in the top of the 5th inning. I'll bring up Aaron. He gets possibly another opportunity. And they're going to put in a pinch hitter first. As they're giving almost all the Volunteers an opportunity right here. Joe Smith. He will be the 16th Volunteer with an opportunity to get a base hit. Pat Henry and AJ Hacker with RBI singles bring in 2 runs to add to the lead. 21-4 lead. On the outside, and the throw by Luke Swan will not make it to the bag in time. 1-0. Game started at 2:45. It's currently 4:55 p.m., and we're not even through 4.5 innings. Half pitch from Shackles in for a strike. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. It's going to be a ground ball misplayed, and the inning will continue. as Cody Ferguson unable to control the ground ball after it was deflected by Shackle. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Number 46, Sam Mickles has a couple hits in this game. He smashed one down the left field line, foul. And the 4th error of the game generated by the infield for the Sun Chiefs. And the pitch fouled off again by Mickles. 0-2 is the count. Back-to-back innings where 5 or more runs have been generated by the Volunteers. And 2 is the count. And that will count as the final out of the inning. 5 runs coming to score for the Volunteers. It's 21-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And we're back here for the bottom of the 5th inning as Preston Wetchell will lead off for the Sun Chiefs. It's a 21-4 game, so if the Sun Chiefs are unable to score 8 runs or more, this game will end in 5 complete innings due to the 10-run mercy rule. Sun Chiefs trying to get a 3rd straight inning with at least 1 run. Swing and miss from Wetchell. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike, and the first reliever of the game for the Volunteers, and it's going to be number 16, Dawson Taylor, coming in to relieve Hallander, who pitched 4 complete innings and allowed 4 earned runs. Only one extra base hit. RBIs from Landon Moore, Robert Trevino, and Preston Wetchell, who's currently batting right now. Count is currently 3-1. So we hope you guys can tune in for our next game as the Coastal Alabama Sun Chiefs will face off against Wallace Community College Friday and Saturday. That will not be a check swing. It'll be a 3-2 count to Preston Wetchell. as the home Stanley James Field as their first divisional play starts off. Pitch is outside, and that will be a leadoff walk to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be number 24, Hawkins, up next to bat. Runner on first. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Keeping close eyes, runner at first, Wetchel. Pitch is going to be downstairs. Hawkins will get his first at bat of the game. As he is batting for the designated hitter, Trent Brennan. That pitch is going to be in for a strike. Counts from even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Austin Taylor. 1-1 pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to Mcmillan. Flips over to second for forced out, and the double play no, unable to control it. And that will be the first out. And up next to bat is going to be number 29. This is Zach Wilson batting here for the Sun Chiefs. Runner on first, 1 out. Swings and misses on the first pitch upstairs. Count starts out 0-1. 1 out. A 21-4 deficit for the Sun Chiefs to overcome, but if they're unable to score 8 or more runs, the game will end in 5 complete innings. 0-2 is going to be the count. Back-to-back strikes thrown. Zach Wilson with a single on his only at-bat of the game. Sun Chiefs with 4 combined hits so far in the game, but they have generated 4 runs. Robert Trevino with a 2-run home run. This is hit into the offensive left center field, and that will drop in for a base hit. And Zach Wilson delivers the second double of the game for the Sun Chiefs as he's able to hit his second hit up. Have runners on third and second with no outs. Who's batting now? Up next bat is going to be Andre Bona. Up next bat with runners on third and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 21-4 lead for the Volunteers. And the pitch in for a strike. Count starts out 0-1. Zach Wilson able to convert on a double. By mistake, it was actually the first double of the game and the 8th double hit by the Sun Chiefs this season in almost 9 complete games. Good block. As Andre trying to convert here with runners on third and second. Hawkins on at third. Zach Wilson on at second. That is downstairs. So we have 2-1 count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Andre looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. It's a chopper down the left field line, but this will go foul. 2-2 is going to make the count. (21-4) is the score. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Andre, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sun Chiefs looking for their 3rd straight inning in a row with at least 1 run generated. 2-2 pitch. Chopper foul to the left side. Robert Trevino, the only who leads the ball club with the most home runs, is on deck, awaiting another chance at a crack. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andre pitch gets away, and a run will come in the score as Hawkins comes in. It is now 21-5 off the wild pitch from Taylor. Runner on third in the inning. Third straight inning with at least 1 run generated. Zach Wilson will advance to third as Andre battles with 2 counts. He's had to score 7 more runs to keep the inning alive. And a smash into deep left field. Goodbye, Mr. Wilson. A 2-run home run from Andre Bunring. And the Sun Chiefs, with their second straight inning in a row with 3 runs generated, their second home run of the game, is 21-7. And the Sun Chiefs are right back in it, down by 14. It's the bats. With the bases empty with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning, a 2-run home run from Andre Bunyan. He's downstairs. Count starts out 1-0. Seven runs have all been scored in the 3rd, 4th, and now the 5th inning for the Sun Chiefs, and they can carry this momentum into the next game on Friday in the doubleheader against Wallace Community College. But offense is showing up for the Sun Chiefs. A 2-1 count to Robert Trevino, who has the first home run of the game for the Sun Chiefs, his 2nd of the season. He is in sole possession of first place and on the team with the most home runs. We're going to try and get his 3rd right here. It's a 21-7 game. The 3-1 pitch in for strikes. Going to be a full count for Taylor to work with. Only played 2 home runs and a double. Zach Wilson with a double. Trevino and Andre with the home runs. Pitches downstairs, and Robert Trevino will take first and another base runner for the Sun Chiefs. And Chris Mansell is up next to bat with a runner on first. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The inning is still alive as the Sun Chiefs try to stay alive in this game. This is outside for ball 1 as Chris Mansell usually plays catcher for the Sun Chiefs this season. Gets his first plate appearance. Tries to avoid hitting into a double play to end the game. 1-0 pitch from Taylor. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Robert Trevino on at first. Mansell, or actually I take that, Wilson and Trevino both have 2 hits in this game. Pitch inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. One pitch. Left field and another 2-run home run into left field. Chris Mansell rips it home, and the Sun Chiefs are right back in. It's 21-9. The 3rd home run of the game. This team only had 2 home runs coming into today's contest, and they get 2 here in this inning. 21-9. And the rally continues. Up next to bat will be Cody Ferguson, number 31. Bases empty with one run scored. Both home runs in this inning have been in left field. Andre and now Chris Mansell, ground ball down the left field line. This is a fair ball to throw. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Cody Ferguson is called out at first, and the bases are empty. And now the Sun Chiefs are down to their final out of the game with Landon Moore up next to bat with the bases empty. Landon Moore with one RBI in the game. He has 4 RBIs on the season. Chris Mansell able to generate his second and third. Swing and miss from Landon Moore. Some Chiefs have generated the same amount of runs they'd given up in the previous inning. One pitch. Ground ball chopper. This is another fair ball. And safe. It's a call at first. Landon Moore will get his first base hit of the game. And the inning will continue with Lucas Allday with a runner on first. And Lucas Allday looking for his first base hit, ground out on his previous at bat. First pitch in for a strike. Preston Wetzel is on deck in the staying alive in this game, generated 5 runs. All 8 of their runs have come in the last 3 innings. He hits a bomb down the left field line for a base hit. This will go all the way to the wall, and that will be a double for Lucas Allday, his 3rd of the season. And Preston Wetzel with runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs here the bottom of the 5th inning, has a chance with a base hit to make it a 10-run game. Allday is on 2nd and on 3rd. Wetzel fouls off the first pitch. Count starts out 0-1. Wetzel is able to hit a 3-run home run. This game will continue heading into the 6th inning. Wetzel fouls off another pitch. Count is 0-2 after back-to-back foul balls, as the Sun Chiefs are down to their final strike of the game. Taylor's here in this inning. They have one pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Taylor trying to retire his side and keep it at a 21-9 game. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and that will do it here at Stanley James Field. A late comeback for the Sun Chiefs falls through. It is 21-9 is your final score. The Volunteers of John A. Logan get the win. I'm Dallas Richardson, the voice of Spanish, and we will see. And we're back to begin the sixth inning, a 21-9 lead. As that is in for a strike, count starts out 0-1. No strike. One pitch is going to be outside for ball one.